almost said something the other night. I saw you were wearing sneakers with your suit.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe TSN got loose on the dress code, just like for the
copying you
players.
guys.
Yeah, right?
Copying you guys. All right, Austin, thanks for joining for One Hard Lap, named after one of my least favorite things in hockey, hard lap after a drill. Did it in the NHL. St. Louis, Andy Murray, thank you very much. Is there a particular drill that you don't like?
I mean, I think you can go through and pick a handful of them, but I think they're all kind of serve their purpose. But I'd have to agree with you on the one hard lap after each drill. Like you said, I didn't really like it in Pee Wees, and I definitely don't like it in the NHL either.
Are you having fun watching the Jays as a fan?
Yeah.
What's going on in the city right now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. I mean, the city's buzzing, and it's just been awesome to see.
Do you ever think, you saw the Raptors, what happened then, you see what's happened to the Jays now, if you guys were able to go however deep, what the city might feel like?
Yeah, I mean, you see it. Obviously last year with, going to Game 7 in the second round, obviously, I mean, you feel the passion throughout the whole season, and I think once it gets into the playoffs, it obviously ramps up quite a bit, the intensity on the ice, and then obviously the energy you feel in the crowd and in the fans and the fan base itself. So, of course, you always let your mind kind of drift off that place because that's ultimately the end goal and where you're trying to go and achieve as a team. So I think it's always good to kind of keep that in perspective and get some inspiration here from the Jays as they go on their run.
We made the conference finals in '99. We had a parade. And a pep rally at Nathan Phillips, like 20,000 people. It was ridiculous for coming forth. So that's what you're going up against if you ever actually go further than that. Now, we're only, 10 days into the season. Feels like it's been going on for a while. Just how has the season started for the team, for you?
Yeah, I think it's been fine. There's always going to be ups and downs. I think as a team, we're still trying to find our rhythm individually. Guys are still trying to find their rhythm. And, it's just about the attention to detail, the little things that, make a big difference on the ice. I think we're still trying to hone in on that and grasp. And, we think we understand who we are. I think we're just lacking a bit of that consistency over a full 60 minutes. So, obviously a tough one for us the other night. And, just a good kind of wake-up call for us that, we got to take steps in our game.
Anthony Stolar said some things after media. Frustrations run hot. Guys yell at each other. Guys say stuff to each other. Any sort of follow-up to that for the team, just in what he had to say and going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all talked about it, and I think I appreciate Stoley's his fire, his passion. He's a guy when he gets in that net, he's a gamer, and he plays with a lot of fire, and I think you appreciate that. I think the other stuff. Most of the time, I think you appreciate the, like to have that stuff kind of stay in-house and whatnot. But things happen, and, we're all big boys here. We're a veteran team, and, you just sit down, you talk, hash it out, move on. And like I said, obviously we got a lot of different areas that we can be better in, and we will be.
People did appreciate it. That stuff happens all the time in the room. Guys get on each other, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's every single day. Now, how are you feeling? We know last year you dealt with some stuff. How are you feeling physically?
Yeah, physically I'm feeling really good. I'm really happy, just with camp and, starting out the season feeling really good. I think, like I said, we're still trying to find our game and that rhythm consistently through those 60 minutes, and I think that goes for myself as well. So, would like to continue to get these opportunities offensively, capitalize on some of them, and continue to be good in our own zone. That's obviously the most important thing, taking care of our net front and taking care of the goalie.
You talk about opportunities. I don't know if you do look at advanced number, expected goals, stuff like that. Like you are amongst the league leaders in expected goals. Do you look at stuff like that?
Sometimes I think it's brought to my attention at different times throughout the season, but I think that's all you can ask for. If you're getting opportunities, I know.
Since we're 10 years old, right? You're getting chances, you're in good shape.
You're in good shape. So I think the same goes for the NHL. So you just got to keep shooting, keep believing that the next one's going in, and taking care of both ends of the ice is obviously important.
I once was privy to one of your summer scouting, what stuff you're working on with your shooting coach. It read like a NASA paper. It was very technical terms. Do you get into the weeds like that when you're talking about working on your shot or working on your release or whatever? Do you get right down into the technical stuff, or just sort of work on it with the people you're working with?
I think I'm definitely more of a feel person.
Yeah.
I think it can be good to look at that kind of stuff, and
I think I should understand it, but I'm I don't even know if I understand this.
Not to get super scientific or Bryson DeChambeau.
But that's what it was.
Yeah, maybe you're read like that, but I think I'm more of a person that I like to go out there and I like to feel it. I'm definitely more of a feel kind of person than overthinking or over like calculating like a situation. I think once you kind of get in the rhythm and kind of feel what you're trying to feel, I think that's when you kind of start to figure things out, at least for me personally.
What about your tennis game? Do you focus on that at all this summer?
Yeah, I definitely focused on it a little bit this summer. It's improving
I
every
did a little
summer.
scouting report. Matty Nice finally admitted you got
I know.
You're much better than him.
It took a full year for him to admit, but yeah, it's good. I mean, I love it. It's such a good sport. It's it beats running on the treadmill or riding the bike.
Always.
Especially once you start to kind of get a little bit better and you play guys that are. I'm trying to play guys that are better than me, so they definitely.
Who's the best guy on the team?
Work me around the court a little bit. I'd say Willie's good. I would say Willie. I think he's probably got the most hours logged. I think his sisters play. They're really good. I've seen them hit the ball together before, and it was really impressive. But I think Willie's probably the best tennis player on the team.
End of the summer, you had the Olympic development camp. What was that like, getting the group together, knowing that you're like in Milan, you guys are going to do something that you've been waiting for 10 years for? That's going to be the biggest thing that hockey has seen in a decade. Well, was that sort of a little warm up for that?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I think the Four Nations was a good warm up for that, but obviously the Olympics is a different animal. I think when you talk to guys that have had the opportunity to go and play and represent their country, I mean, there's nothing like it from the sounds of it. So it's been a long time coming. So just to have the opportunity, I think all of us were super excited. Everybody's super passionate for their country, and it's definitely an exciting time to to kind of be in the NHL and have this opportunity, because it's been a long time coming.
Did you ever reflect in the summer back to Four Nations, like how wild that was? Like that overtook North America with what you guys in Canada put together. I was there at the games. That first game in Montreal was maybe the coolest sporting event I've ever been to, participate in anything. It was incredible. Did you ever start to say like that was more than you thought it could be?
I think so. I mean, I think it was kind of like there was a boiling point of just, it's been so long since, we've had this kind of best on best and had these countries suit up and all these great players play together for their respective countries and compete against one another. So I think there was just kind of like this boiling point of like excitement and everything that just goes into representing your country and playing this kind of best on best. And I think you saw that with the level of play and just the intensity of that tournament.
Now you got to get there. It's February, so still a few months away. Lots of NHL hockey to play now. Are you a guy that sets goals for yourself, even if you don't say them out loud? I mean, listen, what are you going to set? You've already done just whatever you can imagine individually, but do you set, I want to do whatever?
I mean, I don't think you really put numbers in your head or stuff like that.
I used to all the time. Probably to my detriment. I want to get to 20.
Yeah. I mean, I think you just kind of take it as it goes. I mean, I just want to play to the best of my ability, and I know if I do that, I'll produce, and if I'm producing, it helps the team win. So in the end, that's the ultimate goal. Like you said, I've been fortunate to accomplish different things individually, and feel very grateful for that, and feel very grateful to have played with some really good players that have helped me in those regards. But in the end, you're measured on championships, and that's the main focus for myself and main focus for the team going into every season.
You are piling up a lot of pretty impressive records. You're catching Matts for most goals all time. I mean, I don't know if you're aware of that. So I think you're whatever, 17 short or 16 short. Like, is that something that you're aware of, and to think that you'd be the greatest goal scorer in the history of this franchise and whatever?
Yeah, I'm aware of it for sure. I mean,
People keep asking about it.
Yeah, you're not the first person to bring it up, but it's pretty cool to be in that sentence with him. Obviously, what he accomplished and what he did for the Leafs and the organization, the city, and the kind of leader that he was. It's pretty cool to just be in the same sentence. And I think a lot of things, a lot of stories you hear, and a lot of things that I can take that he did, that I can kind of take and utilize and kind of soak up and express in my own way. But you understand how long this franchise has been around and the amazing players that have been come through here and paved the way for guys like us. So it's definitely a very big honor for me to be in that sentence, and when that time comes, it'll be really special. But like I said, I mean, it's not really something I are constantly thinking of. It's something that you guys like to bring up quite a bit.
Sorry about that. Yeah, he was the captain when I was here. When you're the captain now, it's clearly your team as the leader. How would you want your teammates to describe you as a captain?
Oh, that's a tough question, honestly.
I'm here to ask the hard ones.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I think the way I try to approach it is just be a good person, be a good teammate, be there for guys. I mean, we I think I've built a really good culture here as far as the standard that we want to set. And I'm probably not the most vocal guy. I think I've definitely grown in that area, over the last couple of years for sure. But I've always tended to just try to lead by example with my work ethic. I've usually been the younger guy on the team, so I've always kind of just led by that way. But obviously things change.
Not the younger guy anymore.
No, going into my 10th season now, or into my 10th season. So you change. You go through different experiences and for the better, and try to do the best you can.
All right, that's it for our laps. Well, last little thing, one-timers for you, appropriate for you. 34 seconds on my internal clock. Quick answer, one-word answers, can fire match you, come up with again, right? Favorite hockey player growing up?
Pat Kane.
Nice. Favorite hockey player if you like to watch someone in the NHL today?
Kucherov.
Nice. Toughest goalie you've had to play against?
Vasilevsky.
Why?
He's big. Big, yeah. Athletic.
All right. Favorite goal you've ever scored? There's a lot to choose from.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's tough.
Clock's ticking. All right, we'll give you a pass on that
Yeah.
one. Too many to choose from. What's the problem? You only get 15 a year.
My
It's easy to
first
find the
one.
answer. First of 4 that night. All right, last one. Favorite building to play in that's not home rink?
Madison Square Garden.
Very nice. All right. Thanks, Austin. Good luck for you. Thanks for
Thank you.
a couple hard laughs with me.
Of course.